Well, I'll tell you guys, some of you have thought that I'm so confident or whatnot because I was just talking about this with my friend. Well, his name's Cody, and I don't really know where things are going with me and him right now. But anyway, we just really like each other's company. We kind of enjoy the same things, so we're just kind of seeing where that goes. But anyway, we were just talking about how basically how I told him how sometimes I feel frustrated because I get perceived as one way through social media and or just everybody in general too. They post only the good things on social media and only their best, but nobody ever talks about the bad or the negative or what they had to do to get that confidence. And for me, I've never really been confident, to be honest with you. Like when I was growing up, middle school, I was not confident at all because I was not like my brother. I've always been a small frame guy, as you can tell. I don't have big biceps and a big bulky chest and whatnot like my brother, you know what I mean? So growing up, I was just a little different. I was always more into like nature stuff, and I was like, my brother was out there. I grew up in Chicago, for those of you who don't know that, but we would grow up around the lake a lot, so we do a lot of sports right next to the lakeside, and I would just be like collecting seashells and rocks and looking at the sand, and my brother would be like, kind of just teasing me about it because he was just like, you're not, everything was girly and this and that. And no shade or no hate to my brother at all whatsoever, because me and my brother are very, very close right now. We've actually gotten closer than I would say me and my sister. And the reason I say that because growing up, I used to be closer to my sister because, again, I was not into the masculine things that a guy generally would be drawn to. I would be more like hanging out with my sister and my cousin, and they would just be like talking about stuff or like relationships or boys. And I would always like cover my sister's tracks with everything. So I don't know. I was just always very different. Like I said, not confident at all. Especially when I was in high school. Well, when I was in high school, it got better because I started to like get more comfortable with my body. And high school, I would always dress up like I was a little preppy kid, preppy boy. So I was like, trying to look good. And I, had, you guys, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm Mr. Popular, but I kind of was, to be honest, because like everyone was my friend, to be honest, like even teachers and stuff. And it was just like, I befriended anybody almost. Like I was friends with the nerdier kids, the bookworms, I guess you'd call them. I was friends with like the jocks. I was friends with like, little gangsters and stuff. Being in Chicago, there was a lot of gang banging going around. So with that being said, I was never in it. I don't ever suggest people to be involved with that type of stuff, but I was just friends with everybody, with the preps, everybody literally. So that's just my persona. I'm a little bit of everything. And but anyway, you guys, confidence is something you just gain, and I gained it as I got older. Like I didn't even get confident until like I was like 26 or 28 maybe, to be honest. I got confident when I started going to these gay campgrounds, not just gay campgrounds in general, but clothing optional places, because you're burying it all and you have no choice but to like, you can't just hide, you can't put a towel. I guess you could put a towel on or a shirt, but you really can't, you know what I'm saying? So when you're going swimming, when you're changing, or, some people do like to just sunbathe, just out in the open, nothing on, which is fine. It's clothing optional. It's safe. It's a safe place to do so. But there are some people who are self-conscious, and I get a lot of people who ask me that question. Do people care? They're like, oh, what are people going to think or say or look at me? Or I don't want people to look at me. I'm overweight or underweight, or I just don't like this or that. Some people have body scars. It's all sorts of things, you guys, but I promise you, nobody cares. They don't. But anyway, yeah, so confidence is just something you gain. I'm still not 100% confident. I don't think anybody really is. Even the people who portray themselves as being really confident, like Rihanna and these other, just the typical people you can think of, right? They're still a little bit, they just a little bit in there, you know what I mean? Like, something that makes them self-conscious about themselves or about their beauty or whatever, their weight, their face, their aging, this or that. I don't know. Nobody's like perfect. So, but anyway, you guys, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make this video just speaking on that because I get that question asked a lot, you know, about me going to gay campgrounds and basically having, or people thinking that they don't have enough confidence to do so or anything. But like I said, you just gain it. It's the same when you go to clothing optional campgrounds. You may not be comfortable at first or the second time, but the more you do it, you just get more comfortable, and you just don't care because nobody cares. Nobody's gonna be looking at you up and down and every inch of your body and saying, oh, what is that? Like, nobody's like that. If they are, then they probably end up getting kicked out because it's a campground, you know what I mean? It's a place of relaxation, of enjoyment, of fun, exploration, wonder, whatever. So anyway, you guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for supporting me. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's Alex Gervasio. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.